Wow, wow. All right, we can go. We can start now. Welcome to the Space and Rocket Review. Space and Rocket Review. You two girls, tell your friends. Space and Rocket Review. I'm still finishing my dinner here, which consists of like crackers. So while I'm doing that, here, let me show you a video. It was the one that just started the brown, right here. Ready? Well. What? I hope this doesn't get claimed. That would really suck. So let me watch that without the sound. So this is the Skyfall payloads. These are going to be delivered to Mars. They're 3 Ingenuity class helicopters that are going to be shot off to Mars on a nuclear electric propulsion transfer stage called SR-1 Freedom. They are Ingenuity class. They are the same as the Ingenuity that went to Mars with the Perseverance rover. They're building 3 more of them. One of them has a cape. Did you know that the helicopter was built by AeroVironment, which is partnering with JPL on Skyfall? Bet you didn't know that. Mars drone. That's pretty cool, man. The cape is for modesty? Wait, you're telling me it's a loincloth? No? All right, I'll stop. They did helicopter on Mars. They also did surgery on a grape. Did you know that? Looks like it's tri-blade? No, it's contra-rotating. All right, it's also, I really hope that's, you can see it, but, they're 2 contra-rotating blades. 2-bladed. See? Meow. 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 That's it's very surprising. Complex, yeah. How much faster is SR-1 going to go to Mars than a regular Hohmann transfer? It's probably going to take a lot longer, but very efficient. So like a Chinook, so that's axial contra-rotating. A Chinook is non-axial contra-rotating. The Chinook is a dual rotor system with one at the front and one in the rear. This takes them and puts them on top of each other. That's axial contra-rotation. Like, meaning they're right on top of each other. Like a KA-25 or a KA-52. BF6. What? Yeah, they're KA-25. So how does that handle roll rotation along the axis? And I just remembered, but you better explain it. Differential cyclic between the rotors would do it. Really? The thing that pops up is the damn Battlefield Wiki? This helicopter was in Battlefield Vietnam. There's no where's the freaking wiki page for it? It doesn't have one? Whatever. So so the Ka-25 has two contra-rotating rotors. They're stacked on top of each other. So wait, Hokie, how the heck does this thing do this again? It could use a jet. That's yeah, it's so stubby. Well, you don't need a tail rotor when you have contra-rotating when you have two rotors rotating on top of each other. The reason why a helicopter has a tail rotor, guys, like a Huey or a UH-60 or whatever, or if you like Russian stuff like a Mi-8 or an Mi-17 or an Mi-24, the reason why they have the tail rotor is because if you have a singular blade, first of all, the gyroscopic precession is going to make you do this. Second of all, the fuselage will spin out of control. The tail rotor is there to keep it flying on an even keel, because there's nothing saying that the fuselage won't start spinning around with an uncontrollable yaw without the tail rotor. The tail rotor makes sure it doesn't do that. Now, you don't have to worry about that if you have two contra rotating on top of each other, right? So you have one on top of the other. Yeah, damn Newton with his stupid laws. Why did he make so many stupid laws in the first place? That's dumb. Nice, Meat Snacky. Please, clip it. Put it on live stream, Fails. It'll be great. Trust me. So actually, this thing would probably use differential RPM to roll or to yaw the helicopter. And so with the tail rotor, right, you could just change the pitch on those blades and it'll make more or less lift and you can yaw the helicopter. With something like that, you'd have to slow down one blade. Slow down one blade over the other. You need a differential, what's called a differential rotor brake, right? So if you slow down one, the bottom blade, and have the RPM like maybe 1 or 2 RPM lower than the other one, the helicopter will yaw to the left. You slow down the top one and speed up the lower one, it'll yaw to the right. Because of differential gyroscopic precession. I mean, helicopters in general, guys, are just black magic would be the right way to say it. They're just, it's just kind of dumb that they work. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. That's just kind of stupid that does that. Like, and it's just like, it's totally fine. Like it just flies through the air, whatever. Like even the Lynx or like a Chinook. Like the fact that that's like, oh yeah, we could fly that around. Sure. It's just, oh yeah? Okay. I said differential cyclic Aqualex, but yes. Yeah, differential collective would slow one blade over the other and get the thing to yaw. Dude, how the frick did you make the damn control system for that thing? Like, how the frick? And then, you know, everybody knows the, not the 27, the 52. Oh my goodness, what the hell is that? Whatever. Can't believe this doesn't have, what is that? Yeah, I wonder where they got that idea from. Gee, I wonder where they get it. Hey, Flavia, feeling better? Have I missed any space news? No, we just started. Space news is going to be a little bit shorter today, guys, because we got through a lot of it yesterday. Yeah. Why did the Soviets make something so dinky? Because without a tail rotor, you can fit more of them on a carrier. That's why they made that. That's why the Kamov made no tail rotor. So you could fit a ton of them on. Well, they would have fit them on the. So the Kiev, the Minsk, these things. So the Soviet Navy didn't really have any aircraft carriers. They had, so technically the name of this is a submarine tender. Technically. Their carrier ships were there to resupply submarines. And most of the Soviet Navy was underwater. Hey, Sonny or Chris, what's up, dude? A wise man once told me, an airplane sails gracefully through the air. A helicopter beats gravity into a stalemate using jet fuel and torque. Yep. Did I get cast to work? Look at the VOD. We're on to something, but we don't know. We'll see. So yeah, the Yak 141s, Ka-25s, they can fit on these things. You could fit a lot of them. There's Novorossiysk. But yeah, that thing is... Yeah. Yeah, you want to see what they're using for a helicopter carrier before that? That thing, nuclear powered. Goofy. So yeah, they like it's interesting because the front of this thing has missiles, all kinds of crazy stuff on it. Like the front of it is kind of like a battleship almost, and the back of it's like an LPD or something. The funny thing is that the Soviet Union sold this stuff off, and they refitted one for India, the Vikramaditya, which is a full. They refitted it to a full fixed-wing deck carrier, which is very interesting. Yeah, the Indian Navy uses that. It's the same ship, but they put a full-angled flight deck on it with a ski ramp at the front. Sorry for the off-topic. Why did we stop doing nuclear cruisers? Complexity. There's no need for. There's really no, I mean, I would disagree, but there's no need for it, dude. Like, covering carriers, I see. Well, we were talking about contra-rotating helicopters, Ryan, because NASA posted new footage of their Ingenuity class helicopters that are going on the SR-1 Skyfall, or the SR-1 Freedom Skyfall mission. So that got into contra-rotating helicopters, and that got into why would you make the Ka-25, and you would make the Ka-25 to fit on that thing. And it's small, and you can fit a bunch of them in there. But yes. Yeah, it's kind of doo-doo. I mean, Minsk. It was 100% money. The Minsk actually... Hey, all right. What do we got there? Kid class? Spruance. I was close. Same era. What happened to the Minsk? It is it's Minsk World. But it is, but it isn't. Actually, I'm not sure. More costly to decommission a nuclear-powered ship. Yeah, it was 100% money. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, but I do believe that this museum got moved, interestingly enough. It became a museum ship in China, and the museum ship in China was basically just a front for them to study carrier design. Like, let's be real, that's what happened there. It's in Yunnan. Yanshan. All right, let's go see if it's there. I do believe they have another one. They have two of these things. Yanshan. Yeah. Yeah, see, it's absolutely not here anymore. They built a port there. Dude, look at the size of that freaking thing. Unless it's like north or south of here. I don't believe so. I do believe they moved it because they studied it and didn't want to do nothing with it no more. Damn, dude. Oh, wait, what do we got over here? We got rid of nuclear small boys because they were more expensive, and without the Soviet Union, they couldn't justify the expense in the 90s. They reviewed the cost-benefit analysis every few years. Can we jump to the past? Yeah, sure. Jabebo's tweet, NSF reposted. Oh, okay. Yeah, right there. There it is. See? Man. I know they didn't sink it. Where the frick did it go? So this is outside of Shenzhen. This is like right by Hong Kong. I do believe it's up here. They, man, that's a lot of shipyards. Shipbuilding is cool. We should do more of that. Dude, like, it's around here somewhere. I know it is. I actually think it caught on fire. They may have scrapped it. I don't remember. Jiangsu? Oh. Really? The hell's it doing over here? I was right. Oh yeah. Yeah, they just kind of put it in that swamp over there. Hey, I was close, man. Where was I looking? I was looking over here. Because this island in the river here is, there's a lot of stuff going on there. I'm a little late, but how will the helicopter propellers work on the moon? That's not designed to go to the moon, Redbeard. It's going to Mars, which has, well, It kind of has a hint of atmosphere, so to speak. Jeez, that's a lot of ships. We could be doing this. We should be doing this. We could be doing all this right now. That'd be cool. Why not? There's that thing. I'm not sure which one that is. I think that's the Liaoning. I think. Not sure. We'll figure it out, erudite, sooner rather than later. Or we won't, you know, and just Chinese will just eat our lunch. Whatever. Or we'll figure it out. I don't know. I mean, I think we should just build stuff. Building stuff is cool. What do I always say, man? Always be building. The scale here is pretty respectable, though, I will say. That's pretty damn cool, dude. Look at the size of that frigging port, dude. It's a freaking monster. Yeah, spoiled. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I don't understand the reasons, but also, yeah. Anyway, let's keep going. You've been playing a lot of Fallout 4. If we take, like, plants to Mars and start, like, a greenhouse on Mars, do you think we'll be able to make some sort of atmosphere in the greenhouse? They made a movie about this once. It's called The Martian. I don't know if you saw it, but the guy in charge of the Navy, I think, gave out the next 2 subcontracts. That's Hung Kao. He's the Secretary of the Navy. Hung Kao is cool, man. He's a cool dude. I was reading about him the other day. If you really... I know Hung Kao's name. Ha 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 ha. This dude. So he's one of those guys that in another life is like Johnny Kim tier of astronaut. Like, he has the resume. Entered the U.S. Navy as a recruit in 89. United States Naval Academy, 96. He led the salvage diving team from the USNS Grasp that recovered JFK Jr. Okay. Masters of Science in Applied Physics from Naval Postgrad. Okay. He's an EOD diving specialist with the Navy. Commanding Officer, Navy Diving Salvage Training Center. Okay. 30 years active duty. Yeah, he's not an idiot. And this dude runs the Navy. He's the Secretary of the Navy. That dude runs the Navy. That's cool. I'm cool with that. I don't know, Pigzig. And Titan, yeah, right. Yep. Navy Reddit hates them. There's Navy Reddit. Okay. He is like John Navy. Yeah, he's cool, man. Hung Kao. He's Vietnamese. His family escaped communism in 1975, the Saigon evacuation in 1975. Yeah. Not a high point for us, but, you know, hey, we got Hung Kao out of it. That guy's cool. We like him. Like I said, it's not stupid, dude. Applied physics from Naval Postgrad, that's not an easy thing to... That's not easy. EOD guy? Yeah, okay. He's American. You're damn right. You're damn right he is. But, yeah, you know... It's not just Navy contracts, though, guys. Like, yeah, I mean, why can't we build tankers? Why can't we build container ships? What is the problem here? You know, well, we know the problems, but anyway, we should build more stuff. I always say you should always be building something. Always be building. Am I right or am I right? Should always be making something. Make bridges, right? You should make bridges or skyscrapers or tunnels or roads or ships or trains or airports. Just build things. Just build. That's what we're good at. Just build things. That's what we do. We should make things. Humans make things. Just saying. Or flying skyscrapers. Yeah. See, Elon got the memo. He understands. You build things. Just make stuff. Making stuff is cool. Actually, you know what? While we're on the subject, I don't know if you guys saw the new Terrafab footage from SpaceX here, but here, take a peek at this. So these are renders for the new Terrafab facility that SpaceX is building down in Texas. Oh, yeah, see? Build things. Building things is cool. We should build more things. Oh, yeah, yes. How big would you say that is? Terrafab? You'd be able to see it from space. It's not a data center. No, it's not a data center, guys. Terrafab is chip manufacturing. Want those stupid GPU prices to go down? There you go. Yeah, real Epcot vibes here. Look, separated traffic, industrial traffic high, individual traffic low, walkable. Yeah, I've seen this before. 1.6 kilometers by 6.6 kilometers. So it's a mile wide and 4 miles long. Damn. Dude, build stuff. Building stuff is cool. We should just build things. Building things is sick. Like, that's super freaking cool. Where are the loading bays? I do believe they're on the outsides. The loading docks are out here. I'm not sure what's going on here. This looks like a company town, and I'm not 100% sure if that's what it is, but yeah. Also, we need to get the number of the architectural firm that designed stuff for Elon, because that's freaking cool. This looks like Tron, which is badass, man. Check DIMS. Don't tell me what to do. I'm clicking on it because I decided to, not because you told me to, Ryan. Okay, to Google Earth. Yeah, I know. It looks like some original Epcot. I like Epcot. I'm a big fan. Meow. Holy sh! Nikes. That's freaking huge, dude. Huh. 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 Is that by a substation? Good, it better be. It freaking better be. What is this? That's not a substation. It looks like an old power plant. But also, there's a press release on the SpaceX site. Well, it's funny you should mention that because there's a press release on the SpaceX website about Terafab. Terafab will close the gap between today's chip production and the future demand, a future amongst the stars. Also, Helvetica. Well, that's not exactly Helvetica. It's not, but close. We aspire to be a galactic civilization. Harness all the energy. Okay, yep. Kardashev. Yes, I get it. Yeah. When will it be finished? I don't know. A chip factory built for Earth and orbit, combining logic, memory, and advanced packaging all under one roof. I would like to learn more. The foundations for an exciting future are being built in Texas. Earlier this year, SpaceX and Tesla announced Terafab, the most epic chip building effort in the world, combining logic, memory, and advanced packaging all under one roof. I see two roofs, but you know. What? Those are two separate buildings, okay? It could be even four roofs. Oh yeah, no, it's split in the center. It's four. That's four roofs, Elon. Bro. In April, Tesla broke ground on a new research fab on the North Campus of Giga Texas, a precursor to Terafab. And today we're announcing that Terafab will be built in Grimes County, Texas. The facility will be an advanced semiconductor fab facility that will bridge the divide between current global chip supply and the compute demand of the future. There's no way that's an accident. There are four lights! Since SpaceX announced that they are going with NVIDIA chips, do you think they will be having NVIDIA tooling and partner in Terafab? Maybe. The combined SpaceX and Tesla demand for chips is expected to be in excess of 1 terawatt of compute, which is significantly larger than the current global supply. While we are deeply appreciative of our current chip suppliers and encourage them to expand production whenever possible, this looming gulf between supply and demand is at the core of Terafab's necessity. Intel is their partner? Oh. Yo, what's up, John? So where is this in relation to like anything else? Like literally anything else? Where are we? Oh, this is closer to Houston than anything. So San Antonio's over here. Austin is up here. No, that's Dallas. We went too far. I think it's 420 miles from Starbase. Nice. Austin's over here. Yeah, okay, I got it. There is the Gigafactory. So there's Coda over there. Coda's pretty cool. Racetrack. So where's Bastrop from here? Hold on. Bastrop. Oh, yeah, we're out in the middle of nowhere, dude. It's over here. Is there any highways that are near this by any chance? Or train tracks or something? There's Route 30 here. How big is this road, just out of curiosity? It's wrong, about 15 miles from College Station. Yeah, I see that. College Station's just over here. Highway 4 was good enough. Yeah, we might need a new highway or 2 or 3 or 10 here. Just putting it out there. You might want to put a highway that goes like right to it, because that widening that, it's not going to be a good time. What about power lines? There seems to be some type of substation here, but honestly, guys, that looks like there's nothing there. It looks like there was a power plant here, but there is not a power plant anymore. But then again, that might be the whole idea. Yes. Oh, that's why that's not there anymore. It's a coal power plant. Yeah. Yeah, that's why that's not there anymore. Yeah, that is coal power plant. But like I said, that's probably, maybe that's the whole point. Maybe they'll use that. There was rail infrastructure here. Do we have train tracks? That's the right of way for sure for trains. Let me just be absolutely sure. Yeah, that's definitely right of way for trains. Let's just go back and look at time. Oh yeah. And those tracks were there pretty damn recently. They were there in 2019, which was like 2 days ago, right? Like, they did seem to rip up the right of way, but see, call me crazy, guys. It seems kind of arbitrary where this thing is, but now that I'm looking at it, look, you got railroad access. There's a right of way that leads right to the Terrafab property, and there was an old power plant there. So, meaning that you're hooked into the grid. There's heavy transmission towers. There's high voltage transmission towers there, which, once again, you're crazy. Well, you don't need to say it. When you say it, it sounds negative. And yeah, okay, so that's a spur right there. How far does the spur line go? Oh, not very far. Okay. Yeah, you have a spur. There's plenty of room for solar panels, just saying. Yeah, you have a right of way, a big right of way here for 2 tracks. That's yeah, that's pretty good. And you have a loop. You have a loop for the tracks. This is right next to Terrafab. Terrafab's going right here. That's dude, that's not a coincidence. That ain't no coincidence at all. And also you have high voltage transmission towers here, so you can get heavy industrial power here out in the middle of nowhere. Electricity doesn't really care. Power lines aren't directional unless, well, you got to make them directional. But yeah, just because power went out of this on a coal power plant doesn't mean you couldn't hook this up. If it's still attached to the grid, you could hook up this substation to a gigantic factory, and you could pump the power in. It doesn't make a difference. Well, put an asterisk next to that statement because electricity, but also you get what I'm trying to say. You got the grid and water. John, that's what I'm thinking, dude. Twenty nineteen was almost 8 years ago. No, it wasn't. It was like 2 days ago. How confirmed is Terrafab? Oh, Terrafab's happening, and it's happening right here. Right there. And once again, railway access, power infrastructure, you're good to go, man. Oh, yeah. There ain't no doubt in my mind that this is happening. Let's see. Let's follow the power lines. Are the power lines hooked up to the grid? They go this way. Oh, yeah. They are very much hooked up to the grid. Absolutely. Yep. There's a substation right there. Boom. You're good to go. This is actually a pretty cool thing. And there's, oh yeah, there's a trash heap over there. That's great. Yep. Yep. Coal offloading. And you got a loop too. Look at that. So where does the Starship pad go? In the square hole. Do you think a town will build around it or people will drive all the way to work there? I think Terrafab is an integrated city. To think company town, like Hershey, Pennsylvania. When did this power plant go under? I'm going to go ahead and say 2022. Yep. Huh. A May filing showed SpaceX has proposed an initial investment of $55 billion to build Terrafab, with a total amount rising to $119 billion. It looks like it was offline. I'm thinking that, yeah, it's not running in this picture here. That's a shame. Those tracks were there really recently. Somebody ripped up the railroad bed, but you still have the right of way. Once again, right of way. Dude, you got railway access here. That's huge, man. Railway access. You could run a spur right to Terrafab, no problem. You got railway access. You got heavy power. We're talking, this is for, actually, Eagle, are you here? We obviously got 3-phase from the shadows, but that's, what is that, 400,000 volts? Easily 400,000 in 3-phase, dude. That's Chungus power. That's about as powerful as we get on this continent. Looks like 128 or 138. Yeah. What are you looking at? So this is where Terafab is going, JC. We figured out that SpaceX's chip production factory is quite actually going next to a place where there's an abandoned lot where a power plant used to be. So heavy power, heavy industrial power. Like, dude, this is the good stuff. This is the stuff you need to power a factory. You see the big transmission towers? Also, there's a freaking rail line because this was a coal power plant. There's a loop here for trains, and there's a right-of-way that leads to a main line. This is a spur. That's what that's called in railroading. It's a spur line. Dude, you got railway access, unimpeded right-of-way, heavy power, right? It's perfect, dude. There's a total of 6 circuits going on there, so there's a lot of power available. Yeah, exactly. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, there's 2, 3, 4, 5. 6. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Yeah, you could tap into whatever. I mean, there was a power plant. This was a power plant, so I mean, here, hold on. Let's just do some digging real quick. Roan's Prairie Power Plant. Actually, we don't want Roan's Prairie. We need Grimes County Power Plant. Okay, let's take a look. The historical power plant site in Grimes County is the former Gibbons Creek Steam Electric Station, a coal-fired plant owned by Texas Municipal Power Agency that was mothballed in 2019 and demolished. The retired site and surrounding reservoir are now slated to host this SpaceX's... Dude, that ain't no coincidence. Terafab Semiconductor Manufacturing Facility, which will construct its own dedicated clean natural gas power plant. There you go. Yep. There it is. What are the chances that Elon bought this land for a very good reason? That's the reason. You have railroad access, you have road access, you have heavy industrial power access, and you have a power plant. You have a power plant site right here, dude. He's gonna build the power plant for Terafab right there, like, and you're tapped into the infrastructure already. Like, that's dude, smart, real smart. That's what I'd said in your last message. Well, you don't need to yell at me. Yeah, we saw this already, Milge. I could Google what the voltage of that line was. All right, well, let's... Gibbons Creek Reservoir. There's the coal power plant. Oh, it's an artificial lake. It's dammed off. Okay. They built it for the power plant. I just want to see the power plant output. Gibbons Creek Steam Electric Station had a generating capacity of approximately 453 to 470 megawatts. Coal-fired power plant located in Carlos, Texas, was operated from 82 until 2018. There you go. Found it. It was 138, then connected with 345. Got it, dude. Yep. Okay, so they're not 400,000, they're 345. So that's still, yeah, that's heavy industrial power, man. Like that's the kind of stuff you hook up to a gigantic factory. These are the kind of lines you need a substation right here. So right here, guys, these were step-up transformers. They're not there anymore. Part of them is there, but not there anymore. Yeah, and see, there probably would have been an water intake over here. Yep. And then there's probably an underground pipe that went to the plant, and then there are pipes that went out over here into, I don't know, what are these, percolation ponds? Retention ponds? Also, there's another line that goes out here this way. The breakers, those two big boxes on the left were the transformers. Let me see. Oh, yeah. Yeah. You're right. There's two over there and then two over there. Okay, Eagle, idiot guess. This is probably the original at 138, and then when they upgraded to 345, they probably built this. Just a guess. Cooling reservoirs? Yeah, maybe. Because you could clearly see that that's the original. That's the original 1980s stuff, and then these are much bigger transformers. See them? Power plant infrastructure is cool, dude. There are 4 Buc-ee's within 50 miles. Sold. What the hell is this? Is this a train track? Is this a right away for a train? Hold on a second. I need to see something. No, the train tracks don't go that way. What the heck is this road for? See, the only reason I ask is because it goes under everything. So it's in the ground for whatever reason. This must be for coal. Or something. Hold on. All right. This is still space news, I swear. I just want to see where this goes. Just out of curiosity. Because it goes into the aggregate storage. Yeah, I don't know. That's weird. It's an access road, but what does it access? That's really where I'm at, Geek. What are we accessing here? Also, it looks like the train track right away keeps going. Not much further, though. Oh, no. No, tracks are still there. There's the right of way. Tracks went down here. See the turn? Oh. Landfill. Yep. Yep. Okay. Texas. Texas. It's just weird that that road goes under everything. It's the middle of nowhere, Texas. It could just be dirt roads. Yeah. It was... Maybe that was the road to build the power plant. I don't know. Because there's clearly a road over here. And, I mean, where are the roads to get to this thing in general? Oh, they're over there. There's the old power plant entrance. Interesting. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on here. Now, there's a dam here. Oh, there it is. Oh. That didn't take very long. Yeah, it's this is all artificial. It's an artificial lake that they built for the power plant. What the hell? Huh. Huh. Okay. Whatever. That's weird. Anyway, yeah, so that's I don't know, that I thought that's kind of cool cuz you know, when you guys first showed me where Terrafab is, this immediately caught my eye, and there's a reason they're building it here. They're building it because it's next to they're going to build a power plant right there, and you have railway access, which is huge. Now, road access kind of is still the closest. What is this? Yeah, no, those are just county roads. The closest road, like major highway, goes through College Station over here. And even then, that's a small highway for Texas, to be honest with you. But we got frontage roads, so that's kind of cool. No. 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 There was a pretty nice circle track here, dudes. That's actually a pretty good facility. Holy crap. And you got a road course. A nice road course, too. Or we could, you know... do that. That's great. I love that. I love that. They demolished it for tract mansions. Look at the zoning. Oh, that's great. Love that. Love that. Where is this? College Station, Texas. What I'm looking for is a place to build an interchange, because you'd want a highway that goes right to... I would want a highway that goes right to Terrafab. Now, personally, you have whatever the hell this right-of-way was. You could build a highway down that. Doesn't seem to be anything here. And that more or less gets you close to the highway. I'm pissed that that short track got demolished for some stupid tract mansions. That's really dumb. but whatever. Yeah, there's plenty of places to build an interchange here. I'd say probably like right here. Zip through here, and then pick up the right of way from that service road right there. Yeah, you could build a highway over here. Right, and that'll take you right to it. Texas World Speedway. Texas International Speedway from 69 to 71 was an auto racing complex in College Station, Texas. Folded in 2017. Plans to demolish the track for a mixed-use development plan were announced in 2014, with work set to begin the following year. Track was closed in late 2017, with work beginning the following year. As of 2024, more than half the track site has been replaced. Type of track we talking about here? NASCAR race there. Yep. 2 mile. 22 degree, 12 degree on the front stretch, 2 degrees on the back stretch. That's a pretty good track. That's a shame. So, okay, for, you know, just quick side note, I don't know if you guys want this information. I'm going to tell you anyway. If you don't know too much about short like circle tracks, like they're not all the same. They're all different. Some of them have different banking. Some of them are slightly different shape, or tri-oval versus a like a straight oval, like one that looks like a pill. 22 degree banking on a 2 mile. There's also different lengths. There's anything down to like a quarter mile oval, all the way up to 2.5 miles, which is like Daytona, Talladega. Those are the big tracks. The big tracks are 2.5 miles. This one's 2 mile. That's pretty freaking big. That's a pretty big circle track, dude. Why just build tunnels? Yeah. That's 22 degree banking. With a NASCAR, you could get 200 miles an hour on this thing, or at least $180. You could go pretty damn. That's pretty fast, dude. 22 degree bank. That's that's not okay. That's not okay for freaking track mansions. The track was decaying in a state for 20 years. NASCAR left it in the 1980s. Getting it up to spec would have been hundreds of millions. Oh no. Money. My one fatal weakness. I can't do that. That would cost money. Can't fix things. That costs money. You can't fix things. Why would we fix things, right? Because if we can't fix that would cost money. We can't fix things. We got to make it become track mansions instead, because that's much better for racing, right? 187 mile an hour was the average, if you remember, on the banks. Yeah, dude, 22 degree bank, 2 mile, dude. You could go fast. This is a fast track, or was a fast track. If I won the lottery, I wouldn't tell anybody, see Kraken, but there would be signs. I'd find every abandoned freaking racetrack, buy it, put it in a trust, and make it so you can't demolish it for like 50 years. That'd be funny. There would be signs, man. There would be signs. Mario set the track record there in 73. Tesla could have used that to test their cars. Just saying. Damn. Sorry, I didn't mean to get on such a down note there. But yeah, I saw that and I was not happy about it. That sucks, dude. Dude, it's got a sweet road course too, man. That's all I'm saying. You know, there's that. You know what? Screw finding abandoned ones. I just build my own. Just do an Elon. I'll just buy the plot of land like next to this and just build a freaking racetrack over there. Southside Speedway. Nah, let's not go on a racetrack thing. Anyway, that's TerraFab, guys. It was a little bit of a deep dive into it. Hello. All right, let's keep going. So this is coming from Jared Isaacman here. What do we got? The NASA logo is recognizable around the world because of the near impossible feats we've accomplished, and all we are still capable of achieving. In some years past, we became comfortable moving at a different pace, one inconsistent with Mercury, Gemini, Apollo, or Shuttle. We've started outsourcing capabilities that should be essential to any organization built around technical, operational, and engineering excellence. For a period of time, we tried to make everyone happy. In most cases, that means no one is happy because the headlines and the interested public was waiting to read took far too long, cost way too much, and in many cases were never realized at all. The best and brightest across NASA show up to work each day looking to change the world, and that meant dusting off the playbook from decades past and getting after it. We were rebuilding the workforce after a level of outsourced staffing that was indefensible. Yeah, tell me about it. We are pausing and pivoting away from programs that are not a path to success, freeing up billions of dollars in resources and refocusing on the president's national space policy and the objectives outlined through Ignition, including missions no other agency, company, or even nation is capable of achieving. We are off to a good start. This is how NASA made the history that inspired so many of us, and this is how we'll do it again. All right. Let's see what we got here.
NASA is running 1969, and we are going back. And this time, we are never giving up the moon again. Under President Trump's leadership, we are not measuring success on how fast we spend taxpayer money, but in the world-changing outcomes we deliver for the American people. No longer will we tolerate programs attempting to make everyone happy, programs that are too big to fail.
Something tells me you're going to need ML2 in the future, but I don't know. What do I know?
But too costly to truly succeed. President Trump has outlined the priorities in the national space policy. Return to the moon, build the base, usher in new science and discovery, get underway on nuclear power in space, and prepare for where we go next. NASA will never be just a procurement organization, but the talent that represents the best of America, working to deliver the headlines only NASA is capable of achieving. Over time, more than 75% of NASA's workforce became outsourced. Skills atrophied, capabilities lost, leading to delays, cost overruns, and in many cases, billions lost in program cancellations. Well, that ends. Apollo showed the model for success, and we are rebuilding core competencies. We're working alongside OPM, NASA Force, and converting thousands of roles across multiple centers in engineering, operations, and other critical fields. We're bringing expertise back where it belongs, at the greatest space agency the world has ever known. The results are already clear in this golden age of science and discovery. Your new NASA is working faster, harder, safer, with clear momentum towards launching Artemis 3 in 2027 and Artemis 4 in 2028, when NASA astronauts will once again walk on the moon. And through these workforce efforts to rebuild core competencies and programmatic changes to return NASA's focus to national space policy objectives, we have already identified over $3 billion in taxpayer savings that can be used to fund new world-changing missions. NASA was never meant to be a caretaker of history, but to make history, and we are just getting started.
I love how he used B-roll from Mobile Launcher 2 when he said cost overruns. That's funny to me. We'll see. We'll see how she goes, man. See how she goes. I don't really have much to add, but there's also another video here. It's not necessarily video. So this is coming from NASA Moonbase. Clean room access unlocked. From Blue and Firefly to Intuitive Machines and Voyager Tech, here's an update on the commercial spacecraft that will deliver NASA's science and technology to the moon, paving the way for humanity's first moon base.
NASA is building a moon base, a place where astronauts will live, work, and conduct science on and around the moon. Now, building a moon base won't happen all at once. It will take more.
Was that a crane? Was that a crane? Did I see a crane? I saw a crane.
Than 20 lunar landings during the first phase, with each mission delivering the equipment, technology, and science needed to build, learn, and improve. We're traveling across the country to meet the companies building lunar landers for upcoming flights and see how they're preparing for their next missions to the moon. NASA is building a moon base, a place where astronauts will live, work, and conduct science on and around the moon. Now, building.
What is this? What is that? What is that? What? I'm confused. What is this thing right here? I know what the crane is. I see the crane. I see the crane thing. I'm just wondering what that lander is. Who's making that? Whose lander is that? That's not Blue Moon. Octocrane. Oh, yeah. Companies. Yeah, I'm kind of wondering. Whose that is. Isn't that the descent stage from Apollo? It's too big. But it looks like it. It's your moon palette. They're gonna copy me? Yeah, who's making that thing? Like, you have all these cool renders and all this crane stuff. Who's making this? That little lunar SPMT and this lunar rover, I've not seen anything like this from any lunar contractor. Any credible footage of the Falcon 9 left over is crashing into the moon? No.
It will take more.
There's like one video and it looks like television static.
20 lunar landings during the first phase.
I have made these things in KSP William, probably like 10 years ago. Literally everything there. I mean, we could make better ones with Kerbal Attachment System, I will admit.
Each mission delivering the equipment.
Yeah, see, that doesn't look like the one in the render that's actually doing things.
To build, learn, and improve. We're traveling across the country to meet the companies building lunar landers for upcoming flights and see how they're preparing for their next missions to the moon.
Nope, not big enough. So the reason why I bring that up, guys, is because if you're going to do all this stuff that you want to do on the moon, like build a base, bring HAB modules down and stuff, you need a heavy lander to do that. Starship could do it, sure. But, you know, that didn't look like Starship to me. Just saying. Anyway, there's actually an update here from Northrop Grumman from their... They couldn't be Intuitive Machines lander. It was upright. Yeah, I know, right? Lunar infrastructure demo missions reuse HALO habitation and logistics outpost technology for power and communications for the moon base through harsh lunar nights, accelerating Artemis surface exploration readiness. Northrop Grumman is advancing NASA's moon base infrastructure through lunar infrastructure demo missions that reuse HALO technology to provide power, data services, and demonstrate lunar night survival, supporting sustained operations at the moon base. LID missions will use HALO technology to mature lunar power data systems. Make sure you remember the wiring if you're using HALO technology. Reusing existing HALO hardware accelerates lunar infrastructure deployment, minimizing risk and maximizing NASA's Artemis mission readiness. Northrop Grumman is developing a series of lunar infrastructure demo missions to help NASA rapidly mature the power and data backbone for a moon base. Lid 1, Lid 2, and Lid 3 missions are designed to provide and scale infrastructure that Artemis crews and robotic explorers will depend on. By demonstrating how key surface assets can remain powered, protected, and connected to the new lunar night and shadow, these missions will give NASA critical data to shape Artemis surface campaigns and long-duration lunar operations. As America embarks on the next chapter in human space exploration, our lunar infrastructure demos will help turn the moon into a place where astronauts can stay, work, and make discoveries that benefit humanity. Our ready-to-fly, reliable Halo technologies allow NASA to move faster, putting in place robust infrastructure that can endure the lunar night and establish a strong blueprint for the future moon base. Yeah, ready to fly, huh? Okay. Okay. One man, you were reading an article that said that SpaceX could be having staffing issues as it's set to make 2,000 employees multimillionaires and potentially they could all potentially retire. Staffing issues from the company that has $150 billion cash on hand. I'm going to go ahead and say that article's probably wrong. I'm just putting it out there. Just putting it out there, man. I wouldn't worry about it. It's really not a big deal. SpaceX at this point is 22,000 strong, which is a gigantic freaking company. That's huge. It's probably more since they've merged with XAI, right? And if I had to guess, this is not investment advice. If I had to guess, they're probably going to merge with Tesla soon. 200 million less. Oh no. 200 million of my $147 billion is gone. Surely this is the end. Guys, one man, to be 100% honest with you, I do not think that SpaceX... there's probably going to be some people that cash out stock for sure, but I don't think that dip is going to be as bad as everybody says. I really don't. Not investment advice. Just I know a lot of people that work at SpaceX. I know a lot of people that work there. A lot of them really believe in the mission. I'm thinking that they'll have diamond hands. Now, people that love shorting SpaceX don't want to hear this, but once again, I'm not basing this off of any crazy investment advice. I'm not an investor. My financial advice is garbage. All I'll tell you is to balance your budget and be good with, figure it out. Balance your budget, right? But I know a lot of people that work at that company. If they have equity, they're gonna hold it because they believe in making life multiplanetary. That's why SpaceX gets stuff done, because they're very ideologically motivated. They were eligible to sell today, and so far they haven't. How's the stock doing? It's up. It's up today. It's up 6% today. Huh. Have you chatted about the potential SpaceX Louisiana spaceport? Curious about where it may be. Vermilion Parish is where it is, Mike. It's basically almost one of the most southern tips of Louisiana. We looked at it a little while back when I first got wind of this. There's nothing out there. There's nothing out there but gators. EJ checking on the profits he made. I am $35 in the hole right now. I have one share of SpaceX stock right now. I might buy more. I don't know. But speaking of that, actually, Already covered that. Here. SpaceX posted our second quarter 2026 financial and operations result. Q2 highlights demonstrated the power of extreme vertical integration, delivering revenue growth of 92% year over year across SpaceX connectivity and AI. Okay. Completed the two successful Starship V3 flights in the past 90 days, advancing towards full and rapid reuse. Yes. Closed multiple industry-leading cloud service agreements, resulting in $14.1 billion of contracted sales. Yep. I got in at 150 Deadbringer, so I'm 35 bucks in the hole. I did not get in exactly at IPO. SpaceX IPO'd at 135. I got it, or 125? No, 135. I got it in 150. Yeah, Cobra, I'm good, man. Announced an agreement to acquire Cursor for $60 billion to accelerate the AI enterprising update. Oh, yeah, that's right. They did acquire Cursor. I listened to that the other day. Sorry, it just kind of clicked in my head what that actually means. Released our most powerful AI model yet with Gork 4.5 in July. Delivered 66% revenue and 79% income from operations growth year over year for the connectivity segment, driven by a doubling of Starlink subscribers and continued momentum in enterprise and government. Awarded over $6 billion in multi-year U.S. government contracts for Starshield. Australia's mining chick bought 1.5 B on the IPO. Gloria, what's her name, Dons? What's that chick's name? Gloria something or other? I forget her name. I think her name's Gloria. I don't even remember. As compared to the same quarter last year, revenues of $7.8 billion, up 92% from $4.1 billion. Gina Reinhardt, that's her name. Yeah. Minerals and stuff. Net loss of $541 million, an improvement of $467 million from net loss of $1 billion. Yeah. Adjusted something before taxation, expenses before, I forget what that stands for. It's what you make before you have to pay people and pay taxes and stuff. I'm annoyed that I forgot what that acronym means, but whatever. I know what it means. I don't know what it stands for. Of 3.5 billion, up 191% from 1.2 billion. Gross before, net, and after. Yeah, there you go. Thank you to the SpaceX team and all our customers and investors for a great quarter. I don't understand how any stocks have value in the future if SpaceX does what it claims it will do. Earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization. That's what it is. Thank you. I know what it is. I just forgot the acronym. Yeah, you know what, Cobra? That's an interesting question, but yeah, I don't know. Anyway, so we'll keep going here. What else do we got? JPL engineers have freed up power on Voyager 2 by simultaneously turning off certain devices and substituting them with low power alternatives. So the Voyager 2 mission's still going, baby. Voyager 2 was a exosolar system payload launched in 1977 on a Titan rocket. It is outside of the heliopause, which is basically outside the solar system. Did you see the new photos of the sun? I don't need to see new photos of the sun, Dunpeel. I just need to go outside and look up. I'm tired, boss. Yeah, it's been going for a little while. Could Elon have built all this in California, or is Texas chosen for other reasons too? Don's, it's a he built everything in Texas for a very political reason. Texas is very pro-capitalist. California was at one point. Not so much. I'm not going to say not so much anymore because that's not right. I'm not trying to piss in anybody's cornflakes here. Don's, what happened? And guys, I'm just trying to clue people in. I don't have any axe to grind here. Like, just please don't read into it too much. So there was a representative, a politician from California, that during the pandemic got annoyed because Elon didn't want to shut down Tesla's production lines in Fremont, California, so in San Francisco. Fremont is not San Francisco. I know this. It's in the Bay. I get it. It's in the East Bay. He didn't want to shut down the production lines because of COVID. And he said that, we could run safely. If you make me shut down this plant, we're going to lose billions of dollars, right? The plant has to be seen as, what was the term that they used during the pandemic for stuff that absolutely needed vital or whatever? I forget what they used. So essential. That was the thing. Sorry, I blanked that part of my brain out. So, yeah, him and this politician, I forget her name, but she's not even a politician anymore. Got into a spat, and she told him on Twitter to go screw himself. And he basically, since then, he reincorporated Tesla and everything and SpaceX in Texas. Yeah. It wasn't her, Chu. It was a representative from California, not a different representative. So yeah, since then he's been relocating more to Texas, like Terrafab's going there, the Gigafactory's there, Tesla's headquarters are there, McGregor is there, Starbase, obviously, Star Factory. Yeah, message received is what he said. It wasn't Feinstein, no. It was Nunes or whatever. I forget her name. I don't really care. Once again, I'm not saying that that's a good or a bad thing. I'm just trying to tell you what happened. So yeah, he's been slowly moving SpaceX and Tesla out of California. But that doesn't mean that like Fremont is being abandoned. They're actually retooling the Fremont assembly here to make Optimus robots. And SpaceX still does all of its propulsion manufacturing. So Merlin engines, Raptor engines, that all still gets done in California, in Southern California. Lorena Gonzalez, that's who it was probably. There you go. It wasn't Newsom, no. It wasn't. Newsom is the governor of California. And Falcon Production, yeah. So, I mean, to be 100% honest with you, like, yeah, California lost out on a couple of billion-dollar endeavors with, like, Gigafactory and whatnot, just because of what that one representative said, which, I don't know, man. Some people are going to be pissy about this. Some people are going to say good, whatever, dude. But yeah, Dons, that's what happened. Elon has been investing way more in Texas because Texas is very pro-business. It's a very pro-business place. If you've ever been there, it's a nice place. I like Texas, and I like California too, for what it's worth. Like, screw me, right? Like, California's beautiful, man. Like, if you see those shots from Vandenberg, man, it's like the Sunshine Coast, dude. It's just pretty. There's no corporate taxes in Texas. There you go. As a lifetime California resident, I can confirm the current California politicians do not like success. I don't know, guys. I mean, I'm not from California. I can speak to my state's politics, but I wouldn't do that to you guys. And I think we should probably go back to the space news. But yeah, that's what happened, dude. Everybody got a little crazy during the pandemic, though. Who knows? Texas is below us here in Oklahoma. Oh, I see how it is. Yeah, I like Texas. I've spent time in Texas. I've spent time in California. They're both nice states in their own regard. Like I don't like talking bad about other states. I just don't do that. Like, yeah, I don't except New York. They can get screwed. Yeah, that's mostly the Yankees, but you know, I like New York City. That's no secret, guys. I probably know more history about New York than the average New Yorker at this point, you know, like, but, yeah, I don't like talking bad about other states. You know, as I get older, I firmly believe is you don't have anything nice to say, probably just be quiet. Now that's, once again, not everybody has to abide by that rule. And most people won't. That's how I like to operate, dude. Because what about Northeast supremacy? That's not talking bad about other states. That's saying that I love my state. Connecticut too. Connecticut exists. They make submarines there. I like submarines. Submarines are pretty cool. All right, Antares, see ya. What about Europe? That's not Europe are not states in the United States. Unless you guys wanted to be states, you could do that, but I don't think you want to. Just putting it out there. I'm pretty sure you guys don't want that. But if you wanted to, hey, we're here. You got to vote on it though. Europe's are not states yet. Europe are not states yet. Do they know about this, XPZ? Like, do they know about this? Like, we don't tell them. You wish Canada would get some business wiseness like the States. We need industry bad. Guys, look, I won't tell you what you should and shouldn't be doing from a political perspective. All I'm going to say is that, look, 1, be the change you want to see. 2, you want to make stuff happen? It happens in your local government before it happens in the federal government, okay? So in the U.S., we have governors of states. There's 50 governors from 50 states. The governors are basically the president of every state, right? That makes so much more of a difference in your day-to-day life than the president does. Okay, then he does. He's over there doing his thing in the White House. It's great. It's tremendous. Everything is gold. Look at it. It's beautiful. Your governor makes way more of a difference. Who you elect as a senator, who you elect as a governor, your representatives in your district, in your state makes much more of a difference. So I can't speak to Europe. I don't know how you guys do things over there, and I'm not even going to pretend to know. Like, I have no idea. I'd have to go read about it. But if you're in the U.S., right, or this in Canada as well, like you have, leaders of the provinces, right? Like, what do you guys call them? Like ministers or something? I don't know. Voting in a local election or voting for your governor or something is much more important. That makes much more of a difference in your day-to-day life. And premiers, you call them premiers? Hopefully Richmond works out for you guys. Yeah, that'd be yeah, I hope so. What happened to Rule 8? This isn't Rule 8. I'm just never mind. whatever. Let's just get back into space news. Your local government matters more than the federal government. Don't forget that. All right? So the next time a vote comes around, go and vote. Go down to the stupid town hall and vote, or the gym, or community center, or whatever. I don't care. You vote in your local elections, because the worst thing you can do is not. That's all I'm gonna say. That's not a political statement. All right. Anybody that thinks that it is does not understand how this country works. All right. Keep going. ULA. Functional checkouts. Check. Next up, Vulcan wet dress rehearsal. Okay. Got another Vulcan on the pad. I can't help but notice it doesn't have any SRBs on it. Hey, Louie, what's going on? Your city has 18,000 people, less than 1,800 voted in the last mayoral election. Local politics matter more than federal. That's all I'm saying, dude. It's very, like, that's not a political statement. That's truth. Anyway. Tori Bruno posted stuff. He's posted more about Blue Ring. Now that's a solar array. Red Wire's rollout solar array wings are massive at nearly 20 meters each and a perfect solution for Blue Ring. Glad to have them on the team. This is rollout solar array testing. Basically, this is like if you have a rolled up carpet, you roll it out. That's how these solar panels work. You basically can have a much bigger solar panel in a much smaller package because it rolls. Redwire's also made the iROSes that are on, they're a subcontractor for the iROSes on the International Space Station. Yeah. And Tori Bruno later posted a video of them doing rollout testing. There you go. How you been? I'm all right, Louie. Cool. Does it need a fixed point on both ends? No. It could just deploy. Are other private space stations using these guys? Blue Ring could be the service module on a private space station at some point, for what it's worth. I still don't understand how the top-bottom tubes get the strength and how do they pack them. Well, they're blurry. They use special blur technology to do that. I have no freaking idea, dude. Probably a motor of some kind. Did you see the photo of that? Don Peel, I don't follow federal politics on the day-to-day. So I have no idea what you're talking about. And frankly, I don't care. Sorry, man. Like, sorry. Like, I mean, dude, look at this rollout solar array. That's pretty cool. How does a solar panel like that stay rigid after rollout? It's a really good question. So there's like these things over here. There's like rails that roll out with it on the sides, dudes. That's how it keeps its rigidity. If you look, the solar panels are they're basically hanging from the rails. I mean, they're hanging from the rails in this picture. They won't be hanging from the rails in space because there's no gravity. Well, your microgravity environment. The carbon rods on top and bottom are how they roll out generally, and they're pre-tensioned. There you go. I mean, measuring tape. Yeah. That's a good way to explain that. It works like a measuring tape. Yeah. Let me go get it. So like this. Or you could just drop it. You know, that works too. Just drop it. Screw it. Why not, right? How many iPhones can you charge with this? Oh, at least 3. Don't drop that stuff. How's the truck doing? Truck runs and drives, Louis. I drive it around. It got a little banged up through the winter, but because I had to store it outside because I have the Coronet in the shop. I have a Louis, I can't show you pictures right now because the auto stream is offline, but I have a gigantic American land yacht of a freaking car. It's 4.5 meters long and probably about 2.5 meters wide. It's a 69 Dodge Coronet. It's a mid-sized American sedan from the late 60s, and I'm rebuilding it because it's rusty, because it's a Dodge. I will get back to auto streaming next week, guys. The automotive setup took a dump out there, so I can't really I can do the work. I just, yeah. One of the monitors went out and I don't have the cameras really configured the way that I want. So, yeah, I'm rebuilding the setup right now, but, yeah, I gotta make forward progress on that damn car. Ryan, what's this? What do we got here? Yeah, the truck runs and drives though, dude. Yeah, I drive it around. It's fantastic. It's got a little bit of a coolant leak, but Eastern Shore Space Flight. Ooh, follow back. Rocket Lab Neutron AIC, the Hungry Hippos airborne, at least crane assisted. The lift is currently underway and they're putting it over scaffolding as suspected. So this is Micah. Micah took these pictures. Hey, SCJ. Be happy it isn't a 12-year-old Jeep or 2012 Jeep with the genius idea of a minivan engine as the default. No, I got a 5.2. I got a 318 in it. It's time to reconfigure the clipping mic. Sure. Was it Neutron that had a fire a couple of months ago? I don't know. Fire? I don't know what you're talking about. Like, how do you say this, Krasno? Pizarka? What does NSF mean? NASA Spaceflight. It's the company that I do work for on the side. Close. Picharka. Ah, CZ. Yeah, CZ is CH. Dobry. Dziękuję. Did I mention that our BPM 17 injector is done and aiming for a test fire this fall? No, but I'm going to show it. No, but I'm going to show it. Jens, what do we got here? Or it could just do that. Turbo.
It's an auspicious day today, right?
Yes, it's done.
It's done.
I think. Yeah.
What's done? We have been working on this injector, Scott, Felix, and me, for
Nice. 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 Nice.
me for the better part of 6 months, 7 months.
Coaxial injector, Jens. Very nice. Very nice.
something like that, where we got some design files from Jeppe, and then he just told us to make it. So actually, now that we finished this injector for the BPM-17, this is a really big milestone because we
Nice,
made the
dude.
part which was designed.
So, guys, this is a it's called a coaxial injector. This is a coaxial injector plate. So you see how there's groups of 2 holes? There are other holes here, right? But see how there's groups of 2? One of them is the oxidizer and the other one is fuel. And usually with a coaxial injector plate, you have a coaxial impingement. So they're not pointed straight up. The holes are pointed sideways, right? The idea is that you spray oxidizer and fuel at each other and they impinge at the top part of the combustion chamber. It makes for better atomization of propellants in the combustion chamber and makes a bigger boom. It's the right way to say that. Locks in ethanol. There you go. Look at the angle of the bit. Yep. There you go.
Just told us to make it. So actually, now that we finished this injector,
Cobra, give me a second.
this is a really big milestone because we made a part which was designed in-house on a machine which was rebuilt in-house. So it's a really nice milestone in a very long and interesting road. Yeah, and in many ways as well, it seems.
Huh.
Yes. But it's definitely an achievement. It seems like, for now, we didn't make any major oopsies. There are some blemishes. We didn't chamfer everything. Sorry about that for those who
You didn't chamfer it? You mother...
care a lot.
Jens, this isn't going to kill my YouTube channel, is it? Please don't claim me. Oh, hell yeah, dude. That's what I'm talking about. Interesting. Interesting on the outside there. You got a little something going on the outside. We'll let you know as soon as you have the date for the test fire. Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, see, you got a little something going on the outside there.
Exactly.
That's sick, dude.
We have
That's Timmy's music? Alright, we
all
good.
the stuff to put the BPM 17 together. This is the first time we've done this. This isn't the second try or
No,
redo. This is
it
the
just came
first
out.
time.
Just came out of the machine. So if it doesn't fit, that's
Do you need baffles at this scale? Well, it's very clear that they're doing something a little bit different with the propellants, with the injectors on the outer rim of the combustion chamber wall. That and because of the propellant, that may warrant some type of baffling sea kraken, but I actually don't know. That's beyond me.
interesting experience. No, that fits. A bit anticlimactic.
Yeah, but that's what you want.
Adam, what is it that fits?
I'm not so sure, Sea Kraken, that that's for baffling. It could be, as it is for structure. The backside of the injector plate usually is a little bulky.
The injector, this.
Oh, that's tits, dude. Hell yeah. Cool, man. Yeah, she'll cheech. That'll go.
This is the injector plate
Oh yeah. Yeah, I see what's going on in here.
that faces towards the fire. We are to lithium out of
One day we'll see you on stream doing this. That would be pretty cool.
Amazing. it's the fire goes in the tube,
Yes.
pointing down.
Yes.
And then this one mixes the fuel and the oxygen with the impinging streams. So it's like two streams pointed at each other.
Oh,
And then they
geez,
hit
it's
each other
funny.
with
It's like I just
swirl
said
along.
that.
So that one goes in there and then directs the flow of
Oh, that's
of
weird.
liquids down into the chamber. Now the thing is, here on the side, this is where the fuel goes in. So that means there are long bores down this piece of metal, and then some of these holes hit these bores.
Right.
So when the fuel goes in, comes out of the bore, and then goes into the combustion chamber. On the backside, you have another set of holes.
Anticyclonic vortex generation. Yeah. Yep.
There is a dome which is sitting on this, that one, which we will see in a second.
Yep.
Go on. And that one is what gets the oxidizer. So the oxidizer is here, the fuel is here, and the two liquids don't meet before they are somewhere in front of this plate.
Jens, you guys are splitting your fuel manifold into 4 to, yeah, I see what you're doing here. Yeah, you're doing that to saturate the injector plate. Because if you didn't have that vortex baffling there, yeah, lean is what's coming to mind here. Long story short, guys, see these little spikes here in your fuel. This is the fuel delivery manifold right here, or well, manifold. It's not really a manifold. Fuel comes in on those 4 pipes, right? And it hits that thing and it starts swirling around. That makes it so when you deliver the fuel goes into every single one of those holes, and every single one of those gets primed. Because you remember, you can't prime this, right, before you fire the engine. There are parts of the engine that have to stay open. You don't want to saturate the injector plate, right, because then you're dumping fuel out the bottom. Don't want to do that. So when you turn the rocket engine on, this has to get filled up. And it has to get filled up fast. It has to get filled up fast enough that you get the right mixture at your coaxial impingement. If you don't, it blows up. Yeah, fun fact. If you don't, it explodes. You're not using a turbo pump, pressure fed? Okay, cool. You don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
Well, you still have to worry about
So
that, but
that
yeah,
one goes
this
in
is a
there.
straight pressure
So
fed
now,
system.
hopefully,
Much
the
easier.
fuel side is sealed,
Much
and then
easier.
Scott puts
And
on the
much easier.
cap. Then that's the oxidizer sealed. It's quite heavy. I don't think this will give up the ghost anytime soon. Yeah, and it seems to line up. So
There's an end mill
now
right
we
there.
can put a bolt through, which should sandwich the whole thing together.
Probably easier to go the other way, Adam.
Good tip.
At the end, it does. It's just then you don't have to hold it.
Yeah, that's true. It's too exciting.
One eternity later.
Looks like something from an oil rig. Not
I was gonna say it. It looks stout.
Alright.
Right. Felix. So at the moment, you've been working on these,
Yes.
which are the part of the outer fuel gallery for this engine, which I've set you
Yep.
to
Up.
try and weld some of it up.
Take it up.
And so these here are for these guys. And so they're gonna sit like that. One there, one there, and one there. And we're gonna have these Y piece. And if you imagine this sitting like this, with a pipe that goes out, and then a bend, and then goes back and then grabs this, and then the same thing on the other side. So you're basically gonna have, this sort of shape.
Nice.
With the 4, I was going to say outlets for this. And so we're using these fabulous dairy flanges for everything. And making it like this means that we
Yep.
can pop it off, basically.
Yeah.
So well, it's not necessarily an equal length manifold, right? So it's going to go to 1 and 2 first, and then 3 and 4 second. But that's what that vortex, that's what that swirly thing is in the inside of the injector plate in the fuel delivery plenum, we'll say. Yeah, they needed to swirl it because if you have the Y pipe on one side, right, you're going to saturate 2 of them before you saturate the other side. Remember, in order for this to work, fuel and oxidizer have to go through the injector plate holes at the exact same time, literally within a couple milliseconds of each other. If you don't get that right, it'll blow up. Like it might work, probably won't. But I mean, with a pressure fed system though, like what Copenhagen Suborbitals is using, you could probably get away with a slight deviation in, you know, in mixture ratio at the injector plate. But yeah, I swear I'm not just saying big words. I swear I'm not just saying big words just to sound cool. You have to get all the fuel and all the oxidizer in at the exact same time at the right feed pressure, or you're gonna make it go. So if you deliver too much fuel, it'll snuff out the flame. The fuel will actually act as a heat sink and it'll snuff it out. If you deliver too much oxygen, oxygen is a terrible conductor of heat, right? Fuel is very good at conducting heat. If you deliver too much oxygen, the heat will get conducted into the metal and it'll melt or catch on fire. I swear I'm not just using big words just to sound cool, okay? You have to saturate the injector plate correctly. That's the reason why there's those swirls right there. See those? That gets it. So even though you're delivering to 2 of the 4 fuel pipes, probably a fraction of a second earlier, it shoots it all the way around. And it swirls the fuel around your fuel delivery manifold holes. I don't know what those are called. And it looks like they deliver the locks straight up from the top. Like Raptor. Raptor does that. Raptor delivers it right from the top. But it's through a turbo pump. This is really cool, Jens. This is good stuff, man. It's cool because you could show this. Like, I could show this. This is not stuff... SpaceX is not going to show you Raptor's injector plate. Right? That's not happening.
To build the engine with these flanges, which means that we have to have these
like,
bolts.
This is super sick.
Any of this hardware coming together in person, test some flown rockets, or try our space capsules on
Timmer!
Visit us. We run public tours every weekend, so just check our website for availability and book your
Thrust control vanes. Old school, dude.
visit. We really hope to see more of you here.
So Adam, what's I was gonna say what's next?
Well, now that we cleaned the machine and finished this thing up as far as CNC work is concerned, the next thing will be this piece. Scott mentioned to me earlier today that we need to drill some holes for the fuel channel. This is going to be a part of the BPM-25 engine. And
oh, very nice.
It's basically...
Oh, very nice.
As it called, the covering to get around the design issue with some of the overlapping welded on segments. So this...
So the BPM 17 scale up of BPM 5. 5 is 5 kilonewtons, 17 is 17 kilonewtons. End goal is BPM 25, which will then ultimately sit in a config of 5, delivering 125. Dude, 125 kilonewtons is no joke. That's no joke, dude. That's pretty cool.
We'll definitely need to go on the CNC machine. And after this one, we will probably start preparing tooling, fixturing, and other, how is it called? Doodads for the BPM 25 injector, because this one was great. We learned a lot from it. It took an obscenely long time. So
yeah, you milled it by hand. Of course, it took a long time.
Now, with all the lessons learned, we will talk to Jeppe. I think Scott already mentioned to him that we should have a meeting all together and figure out what kind of manufacturability features we should build into the BPM 25 engine.
I heard you talk a lot about like dowel pins and rotating stuff.
Exactly, because a lot of the trouble with this engine injector was that it was designed for the very specific purpose in mind to make the pipe engine work, but not that much thought was put into how we actually make the thing.
No.
So now
this is space.
We
I'm in
move
space.
on with the BPM
Hey, Wisp,
25
give it a sub to Jens. Hell yeah, dude.
We want the setups to be repeatable. We want the fixturing to be easily handleable on the machines we have, because we will not have to make only one, we will have to make 5.
Yeah, that's true.
So in order to make
that's gonna go hard, dude.
Make our lives easier and maybe move a bit faster with the project, we want to reuse as much of the G codes as possible. but that's only possible if our fixturing is reliably repeated.
Yep.
So
Yep.
that's what's next.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah.
To be honest, I cannot wait.
Me neither.
Hey, I want to see this like burp out fire.
Yes, but that's also soonish. Now,
Yeah,
I
we like
think
that.
Also, a lot of the focus shifts back to Scott and electronics.
Yes, because the test stand is missing a brain at the
needs
moment.
a brain. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure that we could sit, with manual handles and open the valves and stuff like that, but I think we should probably have a proper brain for it.
Proper brain for it. But I can't wait to see this.
I can't wait either. It's gonna be amazing.
That's cool, man. Very cool. Good stuff. That's good stuff, Jens. Thanks for letting me know. Link? Oh, boop. All right, let's see what we got here. We got a couple more things here, dudes. Stage 2 testing is officially underway at NASA Stennis. The campaign kicked off with successful cryoproof, loading the stage with cryogenic fluids and pressurizing it beyond expected flight loads to validate its structural integrity, followed by a COPV manifold proof test to verify the high-pressure system that will pressurize propellants during flight. These tests also mark the activation of the A2 test stand, bringing together the infrastructure, flight hardware, ground and vehicle software, and the integrated team of test, launch, and vehicle engineers. I hate that sentence a lot. But also, so let's see. A2 test stand. Let's see what we got. Yep, can't listen to that. It looks so stupid with such a small stage on it. Not to say that it is stupid. It's cool that somebody's using it. And it's cool that it's going back to as a stage test stand, because the A2 test stand was originally designed to test Saturn V second stages. That's why there is a 10-meter hole in the test stand right there. This was the A2 stand was originally built for hot firing Saturn V second stages. Cool. There you go. On the way to hot firing. Cool. Good stuff from Relativity. Good stuff, dude. Now, check this out real quick. There's a TFR, temporary flight restriction, in Brownsville from August 6th to August 20th. This is for testing for Starship Flight 14. Basically, starting today, we should see Ship 41 and Booster 21 start to do some testing. Testing stays open. Test window stays open until the 20th. Do they always do TFRs for Massies? Yes. Link 2 here, please. Sure, man. There you go. That's Copenhagen suborbitals that we were looking at. It's a Danish team of guys that decided to try to do a space shot. So, when is Flight 14 then? So Ryan over at NSF found a it has come from the Canso Operations messaging platform for air traffic flow management, sharing, and synchronization. Compass planning presentation. Net August 28th for Flight 14, which probably means September. First or second week of September. Any update on when Booster 41 and when Ship 41 and Booster roll out for static fire testing? It's going to be sooner rather than later, but you know, yeah, Ryan, you're saying next week for Ship. There you go. Goalie, what are you saying? One of the final port projects before they take north 8 berth away from the space companies for a new cruise terminal. This is where they sit the tugs and the barges. Port Canaveral begins $95 million expansion project for Terminal 10. Interesting. Oh, that looks like normie-tastic. Quick question. When will SpaceX start showcasing the true power of Star Factory? It's barely at full cadence, right? Wait for the gigabase to get finished. Maybe the week after or later for the booster. Yeah. Now, Ship 40. You guys wanted a Ship 40 update. Ship 40 is being towed by the Normand Ranger back to Dampier, Australia, in Western Australia. It's on the coast.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
Obviously. But here's Halifax, 55 months. Pray for Mary, 46 months. Thank you very much. Copenhagen suborbitals are going for a shot with a person, right? I think they're just trying to get to space first, boss. You'd have to go to their website and check it out. We'll see. So the thing is that Normand Ranger is really, you don't want to tow the ship at any particular high speed because it could get damaged in the wake. So Normand Ranger is making 3 knots, so dead slow. It's going to take about a week to get to Dampier. It's going to take a little while. The end goal is a suborbital flight. Alan Shepard, Mercury Redstone. There you go. Remember, you were right about towing from the engine section. I'm not as stupid as I look, Blackness. You know what I'm saying? Not as stupid as I look, dude. I mean, but also, yeah, I wouldn't want to tow it from the catch pins. If there's water in the payload bay, you could risk ripping the thing in half. The engine section's much stronger. Yeah, that's a good call. Last I checked, the date of coming back to shore is the 20th of August. Yeah, it's going to take 2 weeks. It can't go very fast when you're towing the ship. Turns out a spaceship doesn't make a really good flotation device. I mean, it's a pretty good flotation device. It's not a great flotation device, but it's pretty good. Nah, just ugly. God damn, boy. Why you gotta do me like that, man? We were bros. Remember that one time I revived you in Battlefield? Damn. Stay psych right now. Psych. So put a few outboards on it and get it back more quickly. Oh, yeah. Is it floating? Then it's a flotation device. Yeah, sure. So, EJ, if you're ever in Copenhagen, you're more than welcome to visit the workshop. Dude, I'd freaking love to. You just got to figure out how to way to get to Denmark. I'm sure we'll cross paths at some point, Jens. I'd take a plane. Well, we're talking about Ship 40, so we could take a ship too. Just saying. You could swim there. Yep. Yep. Airplanes work rather well. Star Buoy 40. Yep. Yep. Oh, here, check this out. We got a post from Jeff Bezos. Jeff posted this picture. What did he say? Team is moving at record speed out at the pad. Gratitim ferociter. Yeah, what did I tell you guys? You'd have to tear up all the concrete. Tear it all up. It got spalled. It's junk. See, look, they got it down to the rebar all the way back there. Strap a rocket engine to yourself. Oh, yeah, I'll do that. No. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, see, all this concrete got totally wrecked, and then, yeah, the tower, dude. So it looks like they're doing the repairs on the tower. I think that's a rental crane. Kind of want Blue to build more pads. Wait a while. They'll do it. Let me put it this way. If they try to New Glenn with one pad and do the goals that they're trying to do, they are not serious about those goals. Yeah. Let me put it to you like that. I would, dude, honestly, with what Blue wants to do, I'd build 4 New Glenn pads. I'm serious. Build 4. Find a place. Find a place to build 3 more of these things. And then make the 3 other pads that you make configurable for 9x4 or 7x2. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good number. To hit the cadence that they're looking for. Yeah, I would want at least 4. Why is that tower still there? That's just the base of it, Lord Yu. They've been pulling pieces off of it. Not space related, but I'm super excited to say that as of today, Mike Tomlin is a Football Night in America commentator and no longer the Steelers head coach. Thank you, Lord. Hey, Carol, $2 super chat. Often over my head, but a good place to hang out. If you have questions, ask me. Ask me. I got more knowledge up, like tooling around up here than I know what to do with. Seriously. How's your KSP mod going? Well, I think I'm going, Cornelius, with the cranes, I think I'm going to retool some of the crane parts to work with Kerbal attachment system because I tried out KAS today in Kerbal and, oh, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. You can do some pretty good stuff with it, so, yeah. I mean, they're already building one. Just let off the gas a bit and keep cruising for more pads. Yeah. Take this to go get to ship 40. Yeah, no. Check DM. I did some testing on the crane winches. Yeah, I saw that. What did you send out to me? Not having a central line allows the load to balance with a spreader bar. Yeah, I got that. You got some cast stuff to hold 108 tons. Yeah, okay. I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying there, buddy boy. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna have to make freaking rigging equipment, dude, out of Kerbal attachment parts. Eagle, huh? We're gonna have to make rigging equipment? What happened to adding the super heavy boosting away from Starship video and mission control? Could probably replace the Starship reentry one. Yeah, low on my priorities. I wanted to replace it, but these are all local hosted videos. Yeah, it's slipped my mind, dude. Apologies. It's mainly just getting away from a central line, which focuses the stress too much. Yeah. Yeah. So the last change that I made to the crane that we're going to test out tomorrow was doing just that, Eagle. Triangulating the load. All right. So that's going to do it for the Space and Rocket review. It was a shorter space news today, dudes. But yeah, I'm not going to do After Hours tonight. We'll do After Hours tomorrow after Flame Trench and play more Battlefield. I want to go. Okay. I'm not going to lie. I want to go watch Strange New Worlds with Bree. The new Star Trek. Yep. Sorry. That's the reason. So this is where I leave you for the night. By the way, I just saw that they'll probably build a particle accelerator under Terrafab. We'll learn more about that tomorrow, dude. Give her our best. We'll do. Last episode was very Event Horizon. Dude, the last episode was freaking sick. So good, dude. So good. Yes, it was. Yeah, Event Horizon is a good way to describe it. Yeah. So, thanks for the stream and thanks for the cop sub mentions. You can come in here. Talk rockets with me anytime you want. So, that's going to do it for me, guys. Oh, voice is starting to go. That's not good. All right. That's going to do it for me. I will see you guys all tomorrow. We'll play Kerbal, then we got Flame Trench, and we got Battlefield. Should be a nice long stream for to round off this poo-poo weekend, or week. So, I'll see you guys then. Thank you very much for watching, and have a good night.